Now watch Pistons and Hornets. I seen that, bro. That's what I'm saying. They was throwing blows. Was they not throwing blows? It was some blows getting thrown. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, J. Willie Silly, a.k.a. Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Be Easy, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy, Jay, is in the description down below. When a woman loves, she loves for real. You know what I mean? My boy R.Kelly, man. Shout out to my boy Kales, man. Like I said, one thing that I will never do is stop listening to my boy Kales. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, you know? And he did what he did, you know, and it's crazy. My boy Kales is in jail right now, you know? But hey, man, dang Kales. That's all I gotta say is dang Kales. I really ain't got too much to say about the situation. Like I said, I don't like really speaking on things I have no knowledge of, but all I can say is dang Kales. You know what I'm saying? Dang, man. I don't know how many years he got, you know what I mean? But dang, man. You know what I'm saying? All I can say is dang Kales, man. Dang. You feel me? My boy in the chain game right now, man. One thing I never stop doing is listening to Kales. Don't care what the freak he did. It's like, dang, my boy R. Kelly.
His image publicly may not be what the facts may show in court of law.
We promise you we're going to straighten all of this stuff out. That's all I can say right now. I promise you.
For years, speculation swirled. Whispers in the shadows. Rumors that refuse to fade.
Robert's problem, and this is a thing that goes back many years, is young girls. This was not a secret in November 2000. There were whispers throughout the music community, throughout Chicago.
So we're going to focus on the evidence. We're going to fight this case like we fight any other case in the courtroom based on the evidence.
All I can say is that I'm very confident that the court will afford a fair trial, both to Mr. Kelly and also to the persons who allege that they are victims.
The crimes laid before the court were among the most horrific, graphic, and deeply disturbing ever brought to trial.
There's been a lot of things going on in Mr. Kelly's life, and hopefully we'll get him out.
This trial was rigged in 2008. Make no mistake about it. This predator preyed on them repeatedly.
We need to realize that this person is a monster. Stop celebrating this music. Stop celebrating this man.
There's still time for justice for them.
Hey, bro. Like I said, bro, we're not celebrating what he's done. You know what I'm saying? But you're not finna tell me who music I can listen to. Good music at the end of the day, bro. You know what I mean? So you're not finna tell me who the freak I should listen to, first and foremost. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody applauding what he did, but the man make good music. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna listen to his music. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a dang what he did. You know what I mean? That's what he did in his personal. Ain't nobody praising what he doing. The man make good music, so I'm gonna listen to the good. The man make good music with meaning, so I'm gonna listen to the good music. You know what I mean? The heck what he did. I don't give a dang what he did. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I'm gonna listen to good music, bro.
Alone.
Come on, you need to stop celebrating him. Stop celebrating his music. You know what I'm saying? Get the freak out my face.
You're not alone.
In 2022, Robert Sylvester Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Oh my goodness.
The once celebrated musician, who had spent decades evading justice, was finally held accountable for the pain he had inflicted on so many.
A predator who used his inner circle to ensnare underage girls and young men and women for decades in a sordid web of sex abuse, exploitation, and humiliation. To the victims in this case, your voices were heard and justice was finally served.
Mr.
R.Kelly.
By the late 1990s, R. Kelly was more than just an R&B star.
My fault, man. Let me go and turn off this freaking subtitles. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Why the freaking subtitles on? Turn it off. I don't need subtitles. Nobody needs subtitles. Ching chong, ching chong. We got any ching chongs up in here? You know what I mean? Nobody needs subtitles and everybody good. We're gone. No English American? You know?
he was a cultural force. With 5 Grammy nominations and 3 wins, he had the world at his feet. And this was only the beginning. But Kelly's rise to fame wasn't instant, nor was it easy. Born in Chicago in 1967, he grew up without a father, raised by his single mother, Joanne Kelly. She led the choir at their Baptist church, where music was a source of comfort.
Bro, it's crazy how many people don't have dads in their lives. This junk is crazy, bro. Like for the people that don't have dads, do y'all never just want to figure out who is your dad? You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna keep it real, bro. It's a lot of people that don't have fathers that literally y'all fathers wanted to be in y'all lives. Y'all mamas held you from your father. You know what I mean? So it's just I don't know, bro. If I didn't have a dad, bro, I just want to ask that question, who was my dad? I'll just try to figure out who he is. I want to just let my mama tell me who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like at least try to figure out who your father is. You know what I mean? It's so many parents, bro. It's so many moms, bro, that hold their kids, bro, from their dads, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why I say you gotta be careful on who you have a baby with. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. It's a lot of dads out here that try to be in their kid's life and they say F that kid and F that mama. I'm not gonna keep on going through this. God know my life. God know I'm trying to be in my kid's life, but I got this freaking crazy girl that I had a baby with and she holding my kid. She making my life a living hell. F that baby and F you, and I couldn't blame her. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, F that baby and F you. That baby can grow up and thinking I'm a deadbeat all he want to. I tried, bro. I tried. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fathers out there like that, man. I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all mamas was that type of mama. You don't even know it. All I'm just saying, man, just at least try to go out here and just try to see what your father was like. Don't just take your mama word for it, because your mama was probably one of them bitter baby mamas. You never know. But when it comes to the eyes of a man, when it comes to the eyes of a daughter, mama tell you, mama right. You know what I mean? Mama right. Mama has no problems. Mama ain't flawed. Whatever mama say, mama go. Your mama a human, man. Your mama a woman. Better take that into perspective. You hear about them bitter baby mamas, make sure your mama want one on.
However, was a cramped, bare apartment in the Ida B. Wells public housing projects in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood.
You was little, you don't remember.
A cry from the luxury he would one day attain.
Having fathers is so important, bro. I don't think y'all understand.
His childhood was shaped by hardship and trauma. He later recalled that the women in his home acted differently when his mother and grandparents were away. From age 8 to 14, Kelly was exploited by an older female family member, and at age 10 by an older male who was a friend of the family. Kelly explained in his 2012 autobiography, Solar Coaster, that he was too afraid and too ashamed to tell anyone. At age 11, he was shot in the shoulder while riding his bike. The bullet, according to reports, remains lodged there to this day. Undiagnosed dyslexia made reading and writing a struggle, eventually leading him to drop out of high school. But music became his refuge. As a teenager, he performed on the streets of Chicago under the L train tracks, later forming a group called MGM with friends Mark McWilliams, Vincent Walker, and Sean Brooks. In 1990, they recorded a single, but soon after, Kelly left the group and signed with Jive Records. His solo career took off in 1993 with the release of 12 Play. The album produced his first #1 hit, Bump and Grind, which dominated the Billboard Hot R&B Singles chart for a record-breaking 12 weeks. 2 years later, his talent as a songwriter earned him his first Grammy nominations for writing. I wanna be like Mike. Final #1 hit, You Are Not Alone. Album after album, hit after hit. His reign as the king of R&B was absolute. At least, that's what the world believed.
Please welcome Aaliyah.
And her, bro, she died so freaking young, bro. This woman was so beautiful, bro. When I found out she died, bro, it was like, man, you know what I mean? I was like, dang, she died in a helicopter crash. Y'all don't know. Aaliyah. Now, I still listen to Aaliyah songs to this day. You know what I mean? Miss You, Missing You, bro. That's my favorite song by her, bro. You know what I'm saying? Very talented, bro. You know what I mean? Would have definitely loved to see, you know what I mean, how she would have became as an artist. You know what I mean? But yeah, died in a helicopter crash. No, just like Kobe, bro. She died over freaking, 20 years? Before I was even born, she died. Yeah, man. Dang.
With the immense influence R. Kelly wielded in the music industry, it was only natural that he would take on a protege, and the young artist who would come under his wing was a rising R&B star named Aaliyah. Their connection began when Aaliyah was just 12 years old. Her uncle, Barry Hankerson, introduced her to Kelly, believing he could be the mentor she needed to launch her career.
Hey, Kels.
After gaining attention on Star Search, Aaliyah signed with Jive Records, and Kelly became not just her mentor, but the lead songwriter and producer of her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. The album was a massive success, selling 3 million copies in the US and earning double platinum certification. But behind the music, something far more troubling was unfolding. On August 31st, 1994, Kelly, then 27 years old, secretly and illegally married his 15-year-old protege in a private ceremony in Cook County, Illinois. Years later, rumors swirled that Aaliyah had misled Kelly about her age, claiming to be 18. However, in 2019, a video surfaced of Kelly just a year before the marriage, admitting that he knew Aaliyah was only 14. That same year, federal prosecutors in New York charged him with bribery, alleging that he had paid for a fake ID so she could obtain a marriage license. In 2021, Kelly's lawyers admitted in court that he had engaged in underage sexual contact with Aaliyah. Tragically, Aaliyah's story ended far too soon. On August 25, 2001, at just 22 years old, she died in a plane crash in the Bahamas. She had been poised for greatness, her influence already shaping the future of R&B. But that future was stolen from her, and the truth about her past with R. Kelly was only beginning to come to light.
You never know, bro. You know, like I said, you just never put it past anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, do I feel, just because I feel this way, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean it's true. Like I said, I don't like speaking on things I have no knowledge of. But I feel how I feel. I'm not saying it's true, but how I feel like it was something deeper when it came to that plane crash. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was something deeper. Somebody want her dead? We would never know. Only God knows, you know? So I'm just, you know, I just feel like something be deeper. You know what I mean? It's deeper when it comes to musicians dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we not it's just weird how when it comes to the music industry, all these artists be dying. It's be weird, bro. Like, it's not that weird. No, why all these artists be dying young? Tupac's, Biggie's, King Von's, FBG Ducks, you know, Aaliyah's, you know? The artist always dying. He's always dying. I know you're gonna die, but it's not like when the artists, it's not like you dying like of old age, right? It's like they be dying, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. They be dying at like a pretty young age, bro. Still in their prime. Whitney Houston died like what, in her 40s? Michael Jackson was like 50-something when he died. Like these artists just be dying young, bro. You know what I mean? DMX's, you know? So it's just, I don't know, man. It's a lot of artists that died. XXXTentacion. Freaking Pop Smoke. But artists just be dying young, bro. And sometimes how I feel like these labels be knocking off these artists. You know what I mean? That's how I be feeling. I feel like these labels be killing these artists. You know what I mean? I be feeling like these artists be getting killed, bro. I don't feel like they deaf just be on something. Oh yeah, this happened. Now I feel like these artists be getting killed and they be covering up saying it was this, it was that, it was this. That's how I be feeling, bro. And it probably don't be true. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how I feel. Juice WRLD. It's always violence, right?
As whispers
it's always
of an
drugs.
illegal marriage to an underage girl swirled,
R.
Kelly's once glowing public image began to tarnish.
During his career,
Jada
he
Young
generated $250 million in income.
And I ain't trying to speak this on my boy name. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna say it, man. I ain't trying to speak it on his name. But I just got a gut feeling about bro. I don't know what it is, but I ain't gonna speak on his name. I'm gonna just keep that to myself.
For himself.
I got a gut feeling, but
he had money. He was a cash cow. They were not gonna stop
I ain't gonna say that
income from being generated.
But for powerful men, the threshold for true accountability is often impossibly high.
I was the pop music critic at the Chicago Sun-Times, and I had reviewed TP2.com the day that it came out and compared him to Marvin Gaye in terms of his genius as a songwriter and singer. And that prompted this anonymous fax saying you compared Robert to Marvin. Well, Marvin had his problems, but they're not like Robert's. Robert's problem, and this is a thing that goes back many years, is young girls. This was not a secret in November 2000. There were whispers throughout the music community throughout Chicago. The black communities of the South and West Sides that Kelly would often cruise high schools and the Rock and Roll McDonald's and the Evergreen Plaza shopping mall. And there was the craziness with Aaliyah. There was a marriage certificate printed in a national magazine here, Vibe, that said he'd married her when she was 18 and he was 27, except she was 15, and that was in all the press surrounding the debut album that he had written and produced for her, which he called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
The first woman to come forward publicly was Tiffany Hawkins. In 1996, she filed a lawsuit against Kelly, alleging that he had sexually abused her over the course of a 3-year relationship. She stated in court documents that their sexual relationship began in 1991, when she was just 15 years old. Kelly, at the time, was 24. According to the Chicago Sun-Times, Hawkins initially sought $10 million in damages, but ultimately settled for a fraction of that amount in 1998. But she was not the last. In April 2002, Patrice Jones, a young woman from Chicago, sued Kelly, claiming that he had impregnated her while she was underage and then pressured her into having an abortion. Around the same time, Montina Woods also filed a lawsuit, alleging that Kelly had secretly videotaped their sexual encounters without her knowledge or consent. Both cases were settled quietly, with undisclosed sums exchanged for strict non-disclosure agreements. While these lawsuits alone could have spelled disaster for any other artist, Kelly's career continued, but something even darker was about to surface. In February 2002, an unmarked videotape was anonymously delivered to the home of Chicago Sun-Times journalist Jim DeRogatis. What it allegedly contained was shocking. Footage of R. Kelly engaging in sexual acts with and urinating on an underage girl. The timing couldn't have been worse for the singer. He was set to perform at the opening ceremony of the 2002 Winter Olympics when the story broke. Kelly vehemently denied being the man in the tape, but the scandal was too big to ignore. By June 2002, Kelly was indicted in Chicago on 21 counts of child pornography. That same month, he was arrested by Miami police at his Florida vacation home. He spent just one night in jail before posting a $750,000 bond. Despite the gravity of the allegations, Kelly's legal team was able to stall proceedings for years. The alleged victim refused to testify, and in June 2008, a Chicago jury found him not guilty of all 14 counts of videotaping himself having sex with an underage girl. But the investigation didn't end there. While searching Kelly's Florida home, authorities discovered 12 images of an alleged underage girl stored on a digital camera, hidden inside a duffel bag. According to reports, the girl in the photographs appeared to be the same one from the now infamous videotape. Kelly was arrested again in January 2003 and charged with 12 counts of possessing child pornography. Hours later, he posted a $12,000 bond and walked free. In March 2004, these charges were dismissed due to a lack of probable cause for the search warrants. That same year, Kelly sat down for an explosive interview with ABC, defending himself against the mounting allegations. But the truth was becoming harder to ignore.
Do you think that it is immoral for an older man to have sex with an underage girl?
Rephrase the question.
For an older man to have sex with an underage girl, someone under 17, do you view that as an immoral thing, if they're in love?
If they're in love, I really can't be the judge of that.
On July 17, 2017, BuzzFeed News published an explosive article that sent shockwaves through the music industry. Titled "Inside the Pied Piper of R&B's Cult," the piece, written by veteran journalist Jim DeRogatis, detailed disturbing allegations against R. Kelly. According to the report, 3 sets of parents accused the singer of holding their daughters in what they described as an abusive cult. The accusations painted a chilling picture. Kelly, the article alleged, preyed on young women who sought his mentorship for their music careers. Once under his influence, he systematically took control of their lives, dictating everything from what they ate and wore to when they bathed and slept. The women were reportedly isolated from their families, stripped of their cell phones, and subjected to strict rules that prevented any contact with the outside world. But the most disturbing claims centered around Kelly's alleged sexual exploitation of the women. According to former employees and parents of the victims, Kelly would demand obedience, forcing the women into degrading acts, including group sex and humiliating rituals. Some claimed he even recorded these encounters and shared the footage with his inner circle. For many, these allegations were the final confirmation of long-standing suspicions. The parents of one of the victims described their daughter's transformation as brainwashing, comparing Kelly to a puppet master who had complete control over her mind and body. Yet, despite the damning claims, not everyone agreed. 2 women at the center of the controversy publicly denied being held against their will. They insisted that their relationship with Kelly was voluntary and that they were free to leave at any time. But as the media frenzy intensified, so did the scrutiny. The suspicions surrounding R. Kelly were no longer whispers in the background. They were about to be thrust into the glaring spotlight.
Man, freaking crazy. Know what I mean?
By 2018, The curtain was finally beginning.
Bro, this freaking poster is freaking crazy. Age ain't nothing but a number. Well, jail ain't nothing but a room. Freaking crazy, man. And all I be saying is this right here. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. For these people like this just piss me off. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just keep it real with you because y'all just be worried about somebody else's life. Like for me, bro, I'm not finna be out there protesting, you know what I'm saying, against R. Kelly. You know what I mean? That's R. Kelly life. What's ever going on with R. Kelly ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I just look at these people like they ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't got nothing better to do with their life, bro. They ain't got nothing better to do with it. Like for people that got a life, bro, we're not finna go out there, bro, protesting against R. Kelly. We're not finna go out there protesting against Trump. We don't care about that junk. You know what I'm saying? Like protesters, I'm not gonna lie, protesters piss me the freak off. You know what I mean? Because y'all be protesting over something like I said, if you're going to protest or something, man, let it be like something big like Martin Luther King or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm talking about real change or something. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't changing nothing. They're just out there wasting your dang time. Just out there just want to be seen. You know what I mean? So if you're going to protest, if you're going to do something, let it be changing something. Like a Martin Luther King standing for something. Y'all just be out there wasting your dang time just trying to cause ruckus. You know what I'm saying? Like go to work, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to work. You got no children to take care of, but you out here worrying about some R. Kelly.
Beginning to lift.
What about no dang R. Kelly? Man, I got things I got to tend to in my life. Worrying about some dang R. Kelly. You got people like R. Kelly everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He's just a known one. How many people like R. Kelly, bro? How many men out here just like R. Kelly that's not even known? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm finna do it because it's R. Kelly. I'm gonna raise up a poster because it's R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Man, bro, go take your stupid self home somewhere.
Dark and disturbing allegations that had followed R. Kelly for decades. The hashtag MuteRKelly campaign was gaining momentum.
Oh, yeah, we ain't muting R. Kelly.
Pressuring RCA Records to sever ties with the singer. Activists targeted concert promoters, ticket sellers, and streaming services.
That's another thing, Epstein files. Like, why do I care about Epstein files, Wayne? That's what I'm saying, Wayne. Wayne, why do I care? That's what I'm saying. Why do I care about Epstein files? Why do I care? What they got to do with me, bro? That's what I'm saying. Why do I care about Epstein files, bro? Why do I care about what the freaky did? What they got to do with me? That's what I'm saying. I got more important things to worry about than some dang Epstein files, bro. I got real life ish going on. My life. And I'm out here protesting, release the Epstein files. Release it. Release it. Telling you, bro, people's lives be boring. They ain't got nothing else. Their life is dry, bro. I got a whole life. I don't know no dang Jeffrey Epstein. Who the freak is that? I don't know you. You're just a regular person. I don't give a dang about your name. I don't know you, bro. You know what I'm saying? What you did, that's on you, my bro. I'm finna go out here and release the Epstein file. I can give a dang about them Epstein files. I can give a dang if R. Kelly go free or he stay in jail. I can give a dang, bro. I ain't worried about no dang R. Kelly and I ain't worried about no dang Jeffrey Epstein. I'm worried about Jay, bro. Need a lot of people. If it was a lot of people like me in this world would be a better place. But y'all be so worried about other people's lives more than your dang life. Whole time your life messed up and you out here talking about some get R. Kelly. You talking about mute R. Kelly. You talking about do this and do that. Y'all just be waiting for something to pop off just to protest. You got people that just love conflict. Y'all be the first ones to conflict. Be the first ones to it. Y'all just love chaos. Y'all love conflict. Be the first one to protest. Because your life just boring.
Calling for the industry to stop enabling him.
Look at this.
The growing movement wasn't
wasting your dang time. Nobody worry about you.
Just affecting Kelly's career.
You think I'm gonna mute R. Kelly because you said mute R. Kelly?
His lawyer, publicist, and his personal assistant all resigned within months.
Y'all ain't changing nothing.
Insisted her departure had nothing to do with the allegations, but the timing spoke volumes. Kelly, however, refused to back down. Dismissing the accusations as character assassination, he continued performing despite protests outside his shows.
You realize black women is always, why black women, we should know this already, bro. You know what I'm saying? Black women lives matter. We know this. We should know this already. Why we always got to hold up a poster when something happened to our women? We always got to hold up a poster. That's the only time they life matter when something happened to them. They life been matter. You know what I mean? You got to hold a poster to tell us that. Just like everybody's life matter, bro. Everybody life been mattering. Something got to happen to them for their life to matter now. You know what I'm saying? Something got to happen to them for their life to matter now, huh? You know what I'm saying? Freak out my face.
Nation, he continued performing despite protests outside his shows. It's too late, he told the crowd at one concert, seemingly unfazed by the growing outrage. On July 23, 2018, he took his defiance to SoundCloud, releasing a song titled I Admit. In it, he railed against his critics, proclaiming, "Only God can mute me," and questioning, "Am I supposed to go to jail or lose my career because of your opinion?" But the tide was turning. The hashtag #MeToo movement was sweeping across social media, giving survivors of sexual abuse a platform to speak out against powerful men. What had begun as a response to the Harvey Weinstein scandal
Like, you see what I'm saying? What you said? Like, what are we talking about here? What a woman loves. Like, bro, you out your dang mind. Mute RKelly. Mute RKelly. Hey, man. Bro, get the freak out my face, bro. Get the freak out my face, man. Mute RKelly. Mute RKelly. How about mute your president as well, then? How about that? Mute him. You know what I'm saying? Let's mute Donald Trump. How about this? Let's get him out the freaking office. You know what I mean? Let's mute him too. You feel me? Mute RKelly. I ain't muting nothing.
What had begun as a response to the Harvey Weinstein scandal had transformed into a global reckoning, one that would soon put R. Kelly in the crosshairs like never before. It was this cultural shift that set the stage for Surviving R. Kelly, a 6-part documentary series that aired on Lifetime in January 2019.
I think that the Lifetime documentary certainly inspired and empowered many persons who allege that they are victims to feel that, knowing that there are others, that they could now come forward and speak and that they would have the confidence to do so.
I never thought I would see this day. Mm-hmm. Many victims feel as though it's been a long time coming. Mm-hmm. We're seeing justice, like every day it's a new development, and I'm happy to see that all of us coming out wasn't in vain.
It's not too late for even more persons who believe they were victims of Mr. Kelly to come forward.
For Mr. Kelly's defense team to call victims who were all mostly underage remorseful groupies is the most desperate attempt to once again take responsibility off of a predator and throw it onto minors who could not legally consent to sex with Mr. Kelly. The responsibility fell and falls on Robert, the adult. So now we are calling underage child pornography victims remorseful groupies. This is the most insensitive, ridiculous attempt to save Mr. Kelly. It's too late. It just seems as though your time is up. All in all, this has been very emotionally challenging for me, but with the support from others like Gloria, I am starting to really see and know that there is a life for me after abuse.
Lizette Martinez, who is here with me today, is not one of those 5 victims. However, she is a potential witness. Lizette is a victim who told what she alleges about her victimization by Mr. Kelly in the Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly. She has reported what she alleges to law enforcement, and I'm very proud of her because it takes a great deal of courage to recall what was and is a very painful experience in her life.
The series featured firsthand accounts from survivors, journalists, and former associates, painting a damning picture of the abuse allegations against Kelly. Within days of its release, Kelly fought back. He launched a Facebook page in an attempt to discredit the women who had spoken out, but the platform swiftly shut it down for violating its policies. It contained personal details of his accusers. As public scrutiny reached new heights, Kelly made a desperate attempt to defend himself in what would become one of the most infamous interviews of all time. Sitting down with CBS This Morning's Gayle King, he exploded into a frantic meltdown, shouting, crying, and pleading with the audience to believe in his innocence.
Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man.
But if Kelly thought his performance would...
But look, though. See, look. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, look, I sit back and watch, man. Sit back and watch. You know what I'm saying? I sit back and watch. I'm never gonna, but just imagine though, chat. I'm just saying, look. Just imagine though, chat. Imagine if he actually telling the truth. That's why I don't never just believe anything. Imagine if he actually telling the truth. Like, imagine if bro actually like pleading like, bro, please, bro. Just imagine that. Have y'all ever heard of, I'm not saying it's him, right? I'm not saying it's him. But I know we live in a wicked and evil and sinful world. But I mean, I don't believe anything that mother effer say. Chat, I don't believe anything. I told you, I'm the type of person that sit back. This is a difference between moi and moi. I'm very open-minded. A lot of y'all very closed-minded. So you believe everything you hear. For me, I sit back and y'all probably was just, for me, I was trying to read the girl when she was speaking. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to read her. Y'all ain't see me leaning up and just trying to look in her eyes. I'm just trying to read her. What if bro telling the truth? What if bro didn't do these things he was accused of? Because one thing that really be making me iffy about this is why women always wait until other women start suing. Other women, you had all them years to speak out. Why you didn't speak out with them other years? Now you choose to speak out now? This happened, what, 30-something years ago? You say now you speaking out now? That's all I be saying, bro. So I just be iffy. Same thing about Bill Cosby. This woman with Bill Cosby came out freaking decades later talking about he raped me. Why are you not going to the police right away? It ain't like he had you forever. Girl, you went out free. Tell me why the freak aren't you going to the police? Now, you want to come out and say something now? Now? That's why I feel like some mother effers be lying, bro. I'm sorry. Do I feel like some of them victims lying? You're dang right I do. If I did it to some people, I feel like some of the mother effers lying, man. I feel like some of the mother effers lying. I feel like this man being framed for something. Do you know there's a such thing as called being framed? You have evil and sinful people that has that much power. The music industry is an evil industry, bro. You don't do what the label say. You go against the label, They have the power to frame you. Y'all ain't hear about it? How a freaking unsuspected search came into his Florida, I think it was Florida home, and he had the pictures in his home. If this man was doing any of that stuff, what made you want to search his house that day and knowing that the evidence was going to be in his house that day? You see what I'm saying? What type of man will have the evidence in his, if he's doing no such things, why is the evidence in his house? And you knew to search that day. Telling you, man, y'all better start being in tune with this world, bro. It's people that be getting framed out here. Y'all don't even know it. I think Diddy kind of got framed a little bit. Diddy definitely did some of the things he did, but I think, bro, these mother effers be framing mother effers. If y'all didn't know, bro, Diddy was he was going against a freaking high, like, wealthy company or something. You know what I mean? It was something that he was going against, though. But it was going to make him, like, a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, bro, things just start happening. You know what I'm saying? You got people that got judges in their pockets. You got people that got the police force in their pockets. The things you be seeing on TV, that's real life, bro. You got people that can frame you. You got people that can pay women to go lie on you. Pay women. I'll pay you $100,000 to act like you a victim. Y'all better start having an open mind in this world, man. Y'all better stop believing everything you say. Never believe, and this is one thing I'm gonna say. Never believe something you do not know. Sit back and watch. I'm not saying I believe R. Kelly. I'm not saying I don't believe R. Kelly. I'm just having a spade for spade. I'm just thinking reality. You know what I'm saying? He could be lying, could be telling the truth. They could be lying, they could be telling the truth. That's the best way to live life. Stop believing things you do not know of. Because that right there makes you a sheep. You know how many people in this world believe things just because everybody else believes it? Just because it looks overwhelming? Just because it looks like he did it? Just because they say he did it? So I'm going to believe him? And you have no clue? Make him look bad in the public? You know what I mean? Y'all better, like Deshaun Watson signed that major contract. How many women came out and said that how many grown women came out and said Deshaun Watson was doing this after he signed that major contract? You got evil NFL owners. Okay, he didn't want to resign with us. Let me frame him. You got evil people like that, bro. Now you want to come out and say something after you signed that contract? Girl, I'm telling you, man. Stop believing women all the time, bro. Stop believing women. For all my men out here, that is weak of you to always believe women, everything they say. Women be lying. Some of them be telling the truth. But, bro, some of them be lying, bro. And for you to sit your grown self up there and believe everything a woman say, bro, I look at you like you weak, bro. You know what I'm saying? I look at you like you weak, bro. Dang, bro, you believe everything a woman say, bro? They just don't lie. They don't lie on nothing, bro. Oh, golly. You know what I'm saying? Everything they say is just freaking, oh my God, a woman said he raped her. Oh my God, he did it. It's like, dang, bro. A woman freaking word in America like some freaking, like Jesus Christ. Like, what the, dang, this girl don't lie. This girl ain't evil. Shoot. I'll be just like this too. Random women talking about I raped them, bro. I'll be just like, okay, what? Just saying, bro. You gotta have an open mind. What if he was telling the truth? Everybody, imagine it. Everybody making fun of you. You know what I'm saying? And you telling the truth. You know how crazy that is? That man probably tell the truth. He probably ain't. Probably is.
Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man.
But if Kelly thought his performance would sway public opinion, he was wrong. The outcry only grew louder. A year later, in January 2020, Lifetime followed up with Surviving R. Kelly, Part 2, The Reckoning, a second season that delved even deeper into the scandal.
Wait all this long to come forward. That's all I be saying, y'all. Wait all this long to come forward. Is that not fishy? Why wait all this long? When stuff happened, like with the true crime that I react to, when true rape happened, bro, them folks get caught in the act like immediately. That little girl go home and tell her dad and tell what happened. That little girl comes forward immediately. True crime that I seen, the real crime, like they don't wait like 30 years to come and say something. No, they go now. Like you come like 30 years later.
The world had changed. R. Kelly's reign as the self-proclaimed king of R&B was over. The movement to hold him accountable was now unstoppable.
I feel ashamed that it took the docuseries for me to wake up, but as a black woman, I would be, I don't know, I feel terrible. Like, I watched that docuseries and wanted to throw up. I felt terrible. I have sang with this man. I have taken photos with this man. Shame on me for taking this long to be awake, but I am awake.
As a super fan, I'm still like torn. It's like, do I still listen to his music or do I come out here and support my sisters because what he was doing was just not right? And I look at him and I don't know what to think. And it's just really hard, but I'm here to support my sisters as a super fan.
See this? Let me see this.
Long to be awake, but I am awake.
As a super fan, I'm still like torn. It's like,
you see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? This is what I be talking about. I'm sorry to say it, y'all sheep. You know what I mean? People need to be, I told you, the best thing to do if you a person, bro, is just shut up. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have no idea what's going on, shut up. You know what I mean? But she talk like she just know what's going on. Man, I'm so torn about what he did and all. I'm so torn. You know what I mean? Don't know nothing from a can of paint. That's a sheep. You know what I mean? That's the reality right there. You know what I mean? The best thing y'all can do is shut up. That's the best thing you can do, shut up. If you don't know what the heck going on, shut the heck up. Don't speak on nothing you know of. There's too many y'all out here, bro, that speak on situations you know nothing of. All you do is just say what he say what she say. Dang, can you start being a leader? You start having your own mind, bro, and just shut up. That's the right way to live. If I don't know what the heck going on, I'ma shut up. Then people look at me like I'm crazy. Jay, do you really agree with he's saying? You know, people will try to manipulate your words. They'll try to twist your words. Jay, do you really agree? You know what I'm saying? Shut your stupid self up. You know what I mean? How I freaking think is how everybody should think. You know what I mean? I don't know what the heck happened with R. Kelly. I wasn't there. All I know is what they told me. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else. Was I there with R. Kelly? Now, if I was there with R. Kelly, I'd say, yeah, that motherfucker did that right there. He pissed on that girl. Caught right there. I don't know what the heck happened. You think I'm finna believe what you just say? You think I'm finna really believe what you say, gang? Heck no, I ain't finna believe what you say. I ain't finna not believe what you say. I'm just gonna shut up.
Be awake, but I am awake.
As a super fan, I'm still like torn. It's like, do I still listen to his music or do I come out here and support my sisters because what he was doing was just not right? And I look at him and I don't know what to think. And it's just really hard, but I'm here to support my sisters as a super fan of R. Kelly, who's been to every concert, has all of his music, but at some point it has to stop. There's 100% truth to what's going on. And
how you know? How you know?
Again, as a super fan, it has to stop here, and that's why I'm out here today.
People have associated his music with such good memories in their lives for so long that it's a soundtrack to so many people's lives, especially in the city of Chicago. And so it's hard for people to compartmentalize a monster from a memory. And we need to realize that this person is a monster and stop celebrating this music, stop celebrating this man, because he is what he is. He is not what you hear every day. He is not the person at your picnic. He is not the person that should be playing in your church at your birthdays, at your kids' birthdays.
Bro, you don't even know him, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I got a problem with I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry if I keep pausing, but I got a problem with people speaking on people they don't know of, bro. I'm sorry, bro. They eat me wrong. Like, it's just, like, people speaking on people they don't know of. That jump make me mad, bro. I'm sorry. I keep pausing because it just make me mad. I cannot stand people that be speaking on people they don't know of, bro. You know what I'm saying? That just making me mad, bro. I'm sorry, y'all, bro.
He is not the person that should be playing in your church at your birthdays, at your kids' birthdays. It's hard to separate, I think, for some people, those memories and really realize that this man is a monster and needs to be brought to justice.
I know what's going on. If these girls and women was trapped, R. Kelly would have let them go. My brother's not going down for this crap, okay? And that's about it. I appreciate it.
When women call him a monster, what do you say?
He's not a monster. He's a human being just like us. He's not a monster at all. A monster is when you doing crazy crap, crazy things, okay? That's a monster.
48 women cannot be lying. Women that I've talked to for 19 years of reporting across the country, separated by decades, telling the same story, who have never met each other, cannot all be lying. The 26-minute, 39-second videotape, for which he was indicted in 2002 on 21 counts of making child pornography, his money enabled him to delay the start of that trial for 6 years. And yes, he was acquitted, but the jurors who saw that video were horrified. It is the most disgusting and horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. But in America today, even after MuteRKelly, after Time's Up, at the Me Too moment, we still are not understanding that 30 years of crimes, because the first 15-year-old girl who he initiates sexual contact with, who tries to kill herself after that ends 3 years later, that was 1991. But this idea of a cult and brainwashing, it is being investigated by the FBI, the IRS, and the Department of Homeland Security, which is in charge of sex trafficking in the United States. The federal indictments are being prepared, a grand jury is sitting, and those federal charges are coming down within a month. This man is the worst predator in the history of popular music, an art form with a long and ignoble history of men treating women badly.
Thank you all for gathering. The recent allegations against entertainer R. Kelly and the recent Lifetime docuseries are deeply, deeply disturbing. I understand that fear. As a survivor of sexual assault myself, the fear and the trauma of coming and sharing your story, not just with one individual, not just with one prosecutor, the notion of having to come and publicly make allegations is incredibly daunting. What I will say is that if we are going to take these allegations seriously, it requires, this isn't one of those situations where it's just forensics. We need actual witnesses and victims to have the courage to tell their stories. If they have concerns about further victimizations of others, it becomes necessary to have the courage to come forth and tell what happened.
This trial was rigged in 2008. Make no mistake about it. And that is how they were able to procure the acquittal of Mr. Kelly in 2008. And I am highly confident that this time around, the result will not be the same.
So that's part one of the rise and fall of R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I don't believe nothing nobody says. Nothing that nobody freaking world says. Unless I know of. Like, it's things that I know of. You know what I mean? That, okay, I know that. So it's like, I ain't got to hear, say, see, say. Like, bro, I was right there. You know what I'm saying? Right there when you did this, right there when this happened. You feel me? So it's crazy, you know, like at the end of the day, bro, how I think, bro, and how I am, it's the reality. It's the realness. You know what I'm saying? How you should be. You know? You're a bunch of sheep, and I call it for what it is. You're a bunch of sheep, you know, believe whatever you want to believe. And that's the wrong way of living. You know what I mean? The best thing to do, I told you, is to shut up. You know? This is just wisdom given to you, bro. I know a lot of y'all still some social media bots. So when you're on social media being a bot, you know what I mean? Just think to yourself, do you know what happened? I want that to be the first question to pop up in your brain. Do you know? Simple question. Do you know? So why you believe it? Why you have an opinion on something that you don't know of? That's just, I'm telling you, I think different. I have a deeper mind frame than a lot of people. I'm not closed-minded. So the way I am rubs people the wrong way. F you if I rub you the wrong way. You hear what I'm saying to you? I'm looking you dead in your eyes. F how you feel. Have I ever apologized to anything I ever said? Bro, what I say is what I say, bro. I don't give a dang how you feel. I don't give a dang how you feel about me. I know how I feel about myself. I don't look about what you say to me. F you. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying F you, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm not finna go on, well, I didn't really mean to say that, man. Oh, that's another thing I can't stand. People be apologizing for what they meant to say. That's another thing I can't stand. Dang, it just pissed me off. Yeah, have you ever seen that, y'all? People somebody say something, and then they get forced to apologize because other people feel the type of way. F how you feel, gang. Yeah, I know me. Freak, I care about how you feel. They get forced to apologize. I ain't finna apologize about a dang thing. Make me apologize. You know what I'm saying? Make me. Word up. You know what I'm saying? Everything, and I'm gonna go and say this. Everything that I said in this video, I extremely meant. You know what I mean? Everything from start one to start from start one to now, I meant everything. Everything I meant it from the heart. I meant everything. You know what I'm saying? I would not apologize. This is on my dead grave. You know what I mean? I'm gonna end it just like this. Take it easy. Or you end up like Beezy.